It seemed logical because Marcus also works at PNP and in fact does the same exact thing I do. He also has a penchant for Valentino's suits and Oliver Peoples' glasses. Marcus and I even go to the same barber, although I have a slightly better haircut. New card. What do you think?
Whoa, very nice. Look at that.
It's very cool, Bateman, but that's nothing. Look at this.
That is really nice. Jesus. That is really super. How'd a nitwit like you get so tasteful?
I can't believe that Bryce prefers Van Patten's card to mine. Look at that subtle off-white coloring. The tasteful thickness of it. Oh my God. It even has a watermark.
Something wrong? Patrick? You're sweating.
Like, comment, and subscribe. You are not what you do. You aren't your occupation, whether you're a doctor, architect, bull rider, soccer player, professional pie eater, nurse, maid, did I say construction worker, factory farmer, agriculture person. I mean, you're not any of that. It's what you do, but that's not your identity. Like, it's crazy how people form their identities off of the activities that they do. Like, without this activity, something that's outside of them, they don't understand who they are anymore. And they just have this midlife, it doesn't have to be a midlife crisis, but they just have this existential crisis or identity crisis when it's gone. You could take a professional athlete, he gets injured, and then, you know, he's depressed because he identifies himself as a professional athlete. This is what he does. So if it's gone, like, he doesn't know what to do with himself. And that's very dangerous because anything that's outside of you, that means it can go away. It can be gone. If you attach yourself to something that's outside of you, that means you attach yourself to something that's fleeting. You attach yourself to something that can be taken away from you at any given moment. So if it gets taken away from you, that means your happiness gets taken away from you as well. Recipe for disaster. I mean, that's just your sense of self. You can call that your ego. You don't want to attach that to things that are outside of you, right? You might as well attach that to just you, who you are, just beingness. Like, you just being here is good enough. You just understanding yourself, that's way better. That's way more fulfilling than identifying yourself as an occupation or an activity or a societal label like alpha male or a pill color like blue pill or red pill or black pill or incel or all these masks that people like to wear. It's crazy because when you identify yourself as these certain things, it's harder. You're more rigid, and you miss out on so much because the world is so vast and diverse that because you see yourself as a certain way, you have a certain ego about yourself, you don't want to accept something that's completely opposite that you might enjoy. For example, you identify yourself as a proud meat eater. You love eating meat all the time. Meat is your thing. In fact, you think meat should be eaten all throughout the day and nothing else should be enjoyed. So you're that, like, dogmatic and strong about it. And where you fall short is you might miss out on some foods that you might enjoy. You might miss out on meeting cool people that aren't, necessarily meat eaters. You might miss out on some cool recipes. You might miss out on maybe having a different feeling in your body when you put in different kinds of food. The list goes on and on. My suggestion is have at least a friend or know someone a little close that's completely different from you. Like, their worldviews, how they view things, their upbringing was completely different from yours, and watch how much you learn from that person. I don't care if they're older, younger than you, skinnier, fatter, more muscular, different gender, maybe if they don't have a gender, who knows. Just make friends with them and see how much you learn. Don't identify yourself with what you do. Understanding yourself in a deeper level brings so much more fulfillment than just being your occupation or whatnot. It's really a personal journey, and this is what spirituality is all about, right? It's really a journey that you go within yourself, and of course, to me at least, you know, it's understanding the world and how it's understanding the world in somewhat of a metaphysical way of how it operates. You know, the universe is really the most intelligent thing ever. There's nothing more intelligent than the universe, because I mean, whatever is more intelligent than the universe is the universe. I mean, it's infinite and never ends. It just goes on forever, and it's just something we can't even figure out. Like us humans, we're not even close to figuring out how vast this universe is, how insanely big and complex. You know, we don't know certain laws exist in our world that don't exist in other worlds. Like we haven't even scratched the surface on how insane everything is. So your worldview or whatnot, just because you have that worldview, it's a viewpoint which probably has some truth to it, but it's not the whole thing. And your ego wants to tell you that, you know, your occupation or your status or your way of thinking is the most superior, or your religion is the most superior. It prevents you from getting certain opportunities. Be open-minded, know yourself, learn about yourself, because that being in the present moment with yourself will lead to a lot more fulfillment than a societal mask that you think you have to wear. And if this means that you have to make some few changes in your life, then so be it. I mean, do you want to have more fulfillment, or just like fulfill your ego? I mean, you gotta choose. You gotta make a decision. With that, I conclude this video. Like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends. Enjoy yourselves. Peace.